Dear Bungie, please make these changes for the moments of triumph and just pay attention what I want to say. Hello everybody, this is N2097 for another Destiny video, and today we're going to continue on our Dear Bungie series, and since the Age of Triumph has been officially announced, and actually as of this video, this is Thursday, and yesterday was the live stream showing a lot of the stuff about the Age of Triumph, about its record book, how the old raids are coming back, which I am extremely excited about. This is like the one thing I want so much. This is like my number one thing, like I want in Destiny to be out right now, and I am super excited for this stuff. I highly appreciate Bungie doing this for everyone, having for the year one Destiny players to like the new Destiny players who haven't done the raids at all, and now they could. Um, also the the Age of Triumph record book looks extremely fine. There's definitely a lot more stuff that we don't know about it, and hopefully it'll just be very good. I seem to see like how Bungie is going with this. I just can't wait for Destiny 2. But I am going to give you 5 things that I want for the Age of Triumph, and just how um, I just want these particular things at the Age of Triumph, so that it will just be a lot more fun, a lot more um, just have a lot more things to do. It just just we won't get bored uh, just playing the game like after a couple of months of playing it, and then we wait until Destiny 2 just like dragging our knuckles along, just waiting for new content. Okay, so number 5, we have do not change the meta before the update. Now, I know what Bungie, like, they like to do updates with like weapons and stuff like that, with these type of updates. Don't make any updates because there might be a chance of messing up certain things, with weapons. Especially with how, since we have so much new weapons that we want to try out with the new raids, if you nerf or buff certain weapons, then it's just not going to be the same for just having some popular choices we want to use. So don't nerf Galahorn, don't like nerf Sleeper Simu, don't nerf Black Spindle, don't nerf any of the swords because we love those swords very much. Don't nerf any of the primaries, don't nerf any specials, don't no heavy, don't nerf any of the subclasses. Just don't. I don't even want anything buffed either. I just do not want anything to be buffed or anything to be messed with right now with this update. Now, after the update, you can fix some stuff that is broken, you know, like patches with like the raids that are just not working right, or how these some of these weapons, the new weapons coming out for the new raids, that are being like overpowering the Crucible or something like that. Yes, then you can nerf or buff some of these weapons. Okay, just don't buff or nerf any of these weapons, or just don't change anything involving subclass, class, whatever, with the Age of Triumph until like about a couple of weeks or so after the update. So don't mess with anything. Just let us do what we do best as the community, test out what's good, what's bad, etc. Okay, number 4. This is probably the most important out of all of these. We need more vault space. Like, it is, like, I'm gonna show you something with my vault. Okay, it's pretty crazy. Okay, first I'm gonna look at my character. Where's the vault? Oh, lost my direction there. There's no HUD here. So look at my vault. Okay, weapons, weapons, weapons. Almost full. I'm even pretty full with armor, and I'm almost full, with accessories like this. Now, I have to admit, most of these weapons are year 1 weapons, and they're going to, replace, you know, um, if all the weapons are like the same with the update, then I'm not going to need the Song of Ur-Yud right here, so I'm just going to delete it. In fact, I could just delete it right now because I don't use it. Or I'm never going to use the Vision of Confluence, year 1, just because, we have the year 1 weapons. We have like the year 3 version now. I'm not gonna use Oversoul Edict. I'm not gonna use Fang of Uryu, which this is actually an excellent weapon. But here's the problem though. There might be a possibility that all the weapons are gonna be like completely different. They're gonna have different names. They're gonna have different buffs. They're gonna have different usage. They're gonna have different like perks, and they're just gonna be completely different. There's a pretty good chance about that. I have no idea whether we're gonna have the same weapons or not. We're gonna have the same different weapons or not, or they're just gonna be renamed weapons, but they're gonna be the exact same like guns that we're going to use. Um, there's a good possibility of that happening. So if that's going to be the case, I'm gonna have to keep all of my Vicious Confluences, Fang of Uryu, my Fate Bringer, and all of that. And I have only about 4 slots left to keep my gear. But well, hunt. But what about your other characters? Don't you have room? No, I don't. I only have one free space for my characters for each thing, and each of them they only have at least one free space. I am packed full right now. As soon as the update comes by, I'm probably gonna delete a whole bunch of stuff in my vault because of certain things that they have, weapons and all that. But if this could be the case, it's gonna be completely different stuff. Then I'm not gonna get rid of my weapons because I just like them too much, and they're going to be there as of this moment. Now, there's also like, I have a whole bunch of exotics. They're like, 400, and a good amount of them are just, there so I could play with them. But I could just delete the kiosks. Yeah, but I spent my time actually making these stuff into 400, so I don't want to lose that. So, if that's the case, then like, um, we just need more vault space. Like, vault space has always been, an issue with Destiny, and we just love to hoard stuff. There's definitely hoarders out there that are like me, and I just love like all these weapons. I play with these often. Like, there's a lot of these weapons, like the Exile Student, my Oof friend I use a lot. My Soros ARI 45. I use these weapons a lot, just by switching them. Or I even have weapons that are just pure infusion fuel in case I need a new weapon. And then I'm gonna have one more slot in my vault to use them. So, Budgie, make sure you have more vault space and that, make sure that we have plenty of more vault space so that we could keep our goodies inside, our inside our vault so we could keep our stuff and all that. And plus, this is gonna be the end of like, Destiny. So this is gonna be a completely different game for Destiny 2, and we want to keep our stuff Destiny 1 in case we want to play back, and just make it. We don't want to make it so that it's useless for the game. Okay, number 3. If you do not want to make vault space, more vault space, at least have a kiosk for our raid gear. There's definitely gonna be a lot more raid gear for Courtesan. I know there's gonna be more raid gear for Vault of Glass. I definitely gotta keep some of that stuff and make myself look amazing. Like, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna mix up all of my raid gear from the Wrath of the Machine, King's Fall, Courtesan, and Vault of Glass, and mix it together, all the gear, and just make it to one original Guardian. Like, I want to do that with my characters. So, and make that easier, we can make a kiosk for the raid gear. So this actually makes it a lot easier. If you get an armor piece in the armor piece from, like, for a warlock, that you can automatically get that armor piece right away. And it doesn't even have to be like 300 or anything. It could just be 3. It could be 3 light level, and then you can infuse it and all that. And since the since this gear, like, the splice, the Wrath of the Machine gear, from, the armor pieces, you could have these new Siva, directives, and, you could change your stat rolls. And hopefully, those options are going to be available for all of the gear within all of the raids. So with Vault of Glass, you have like special Vex material in order to re-roll your armor piece, your chest piece, your head slot, etc. So you can change your stat rolls, and you can spend as much as you want. or with courtesan you can have like radiant material and like spend you know, certain things to get your stat rolls. But you know, if you wanted to raise your gear one time and then, you know, because you don't have any vault space, and if you could go ahead and grab um, you know, your gear in a later time, then you could go ahead, grab it, infuse it with your light level gear, make it to 400, and re-roll those gears into the way you want them. Like have sniper rifle ammo, have rocket launcher ammo, make it even to tier 12 if you have all the materials. Just make it so that, like, you know, we could grab our gear anytime we want. Um, you know, since we did the Vault of Glass courtesan, we grabbed our gear. With weapons, I am not so sure. Maybe. I'll probably, personally, I think you shouldn't like get your gear. Um, you keep your Vault of Glass gear, your courtesan gear from, you know, those kiosks. But then again, you're gonna grab those. You're gonna get that you know, weapons anyway, and then you're gonna, if you like delete them and you go back to the kiosk, then hey, you can go ahead and grab it. So hopefully, please make a kiosk and you know, make it so that it will help us. It just make it a lot more easier for us to, like, you know, um, manage our gear and all that, especially with like the vault space issue. It's always gonna be an issue with Destiny, no matter what, because all of us are collectors, and it's gonna be one of those things that are just, you know, gotta keep at it. And plus, this is a good time for having more vault space because we didn't have any more vault space since the Taking. No, the Taking King. No, not the Take. I can't remember the last time we had more vault space. It's probably the Taken King, honestly, and that's like over a year or so. So maybe it's the time to get more vault space. Excuse me. Okay, number two, more quests, and you know, um, how even with you know, the April update, there were more quests, there were more strikes, there were more content, you know, and the main thing that we had was Wrath of the Machine, and we played the Wrath of the Machine, and then we got the gear and all that. Obviously, we have the raids being like the main event for the Age of Triumph and all that. But I want to have a little bit more quests of, like, you know, the speaker asking you to do these certain things and, like, you know, to be grateful for these certain things. Like, I'm gonna give you these quests that'll give you large rewards, or, you know, go back through memory lane and stuff like that. You know, these particular quests. Um, what I've seen through the live stream, with the first live stream yesterday, as of this video, it doesn't seem that there are any quests. But then again, it was a built, you know, lobby, and I didn't see any quests inside like the game. So hopefully there might be some new quests, maybe some sort of activity that a lot like, you know, um, like one of those holiday events, like the Festival of the Lost, or the, I can't remember the Christmas theme, but the Dawning. Have like a certain event like that for like a few days and just do a whole bunch of quests and all that, or even just have like the speaker do give you like a quest, and then you go through all the quests, and then you probably get like a certain weapon of some sort. It's like the Murmur. Even something like that. Just make sure you have like quests, and you know, not the only thing we don't. I don't want the update not only having that we can have the special raids that we could have, and that's gonna spend a lot of our time, you know, just to keep us entertained. But you know, in the beginning of the quest, I suspect that at least unlock, you know, those raids by doing like a 4 or 5 part quest. I'll really appreciate for having those quests coming into Destiny. Just, you know, maybe a strike or two. That'll be awesome. And just have like the Nightfall get ready. And hopefully, you know, it looks like that the format of like the um, guide for once you're up in orbit, that it looks pretty different, and hopefully they'll improve on, you know, um, just looking through the certain activities you could do on like the main um, on the main screen while you're up in orbit. Okay, last but not least, have a 400 light activity. This is probably gonna be the rarest. This is probably out of all of the 5 of these things, this is probably not gonna be on the game. But hey, this is gonna be the grand finale of Destiny. At least have a 400 light activity to show how like powerful us guardians can be, and like you actually need our 400 light gear to use it. So like it doesn't have to be like a strike. It doesn't have to be the raid. It doesn't have to be like a really important like quest of some sort. It could be like a certain mission, a patrol mission. Patrol mission. It could be a patrol mission in like Mars. It could be a patrol mission like Venus or Earth and all that. And there's this certain area that you go through, and you need to be 400 light to enter. And you could like find like all these cool places that you can go through. You could like fight 400 light Fallen, 400 light Thrall, and maybe you can have waves within like that area, and you could do like public events within these areas that are 400 light level. Now obviously, if you're not like probably the 400 light level gear like activities is in like the patrol missions is um they're not going to pop up unless like someone's like 390 or something like that. Even that it's gonna be pretty rare. So we could just have like a team of three, to have enough so we could go to the 400 gear. I'm sorry, 400 gear. 400 activities. And if those activities gonna be around, there's gonna be people like waiting for certain activities to pop, these public events to pop up that are 400 light, and you're gonna have like 3 or 4 people, much like the Archon's Forge, or the certain public the Court of Oryx of some sorts, and that you could just wait until a public event pops up, and there's like 400 things popping up. And maybe the reward of these events is that you can get like 400 armor piece and 400 weapon, and it could be randomly rolled, and maybe it could be um, Pacific armor pieces or Pacific weapons even. And it doesn't have to be like Pacific weapons. It could just be weapons that we all know and love, but it's like random perks. And you can only complete these activities every day. And obviously, these is gonna be pretty difficult activities. But you know, it's not gonna be like one of those walk in the park moments where we have like one person try to complete a public event. No, 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 no. We want to have like make it so that we want to have 3 people for each time that we want to do these events. It kind of reminds me of like the Prison of Elders of some sorts, like a mixture of the Prison of Elders and like public events. If you had like a 400 light activity, then that'll be like absolutely amazing. It'll show the reason why you want to be 400 to do these activities, so you could get these special rewards, maybe emblems. Oh, I know. Like from the last video, maybe you could automatically get fall emotes when you complete these activities. Like a pretty high chance of getting them. Maybe you can grab a legendary exotic engram every time you complete this activity, but it'll be like a certain amount of times that you can actually do them. So I will highly appreciate if you were to have this, and if you do have this like some sort of activity, then man, like you would just like make Destiny wrapped into a nice little bow. It's like, okay, like how do you get to 400? Well, you do like a whole bunch of Crucible, you do a whole bunch of strikes. Once you get to a certain light level, then you do the raids to get the certain gear that you need, so that you could get to 400. And once you get to 400, you can do these special quests, and that you can show how true of a guardian that you can be. There are like places in the Age of Triumph book where you don't even see what the accomplishment is. And I hope that they do have those type of things in Destiny. And just remember, this is gonna be like the last update for Destiny itself, and then Destiny 2 comes out. And we're still waiting when Destiny 2 comes out, and hopefully this year at E3 that we're going to see what is going on. Okay, guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully, Bungie, if you're listening to this, like if you're Deej or just one of those, if this video is like playing in like the screen of where you see like a whole bunch of the podcast and all of that. I know like a lot of Bungie employees are like listening. They're they're reading Reddit posts, and just keep doing that, Bungie. Lately, you've been doing a good job just, communicating with us with certain updates and all that. How, the recent patch came up and how you want to change these things in the future. And just keep it up. Um, once the Age of Triumph happens, like there's gonna be some content coming into the YouTube channel, and it's just gonna be a very good time. Also, before we end this video, I have a new Twitter account. You can find me at Hunt Nicodemus. You just type in at Hunt Nicodemus if you have a Twitter account. Go ahead and follow me. Then you could tweet me if you want to. Um, I am trying to like live stream and all that, but unfortunately I need some better Wi-Fi, so hopefully I can get that right away. And just make sure check my Twitter. We could just have like some conversations and all that. It'd be great. Okay, guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and check out my Twitter. And thank you guys for watching, and God bless. Goodbye. And there's a strange guardian looking at me. Okay, see you guys.